5 Fears specifically choose to go on attack. Wildcard's first round of Chalet, he's in a great spot with that snake scanner to really help give info for the execute. Speaking of the devil, he's the next one to find a kill for 5 Fears, now in a 2-man lead as they rotate over towards Solar, because I believe they want to try to get this plant down off the back of these smokes held by JJ.
Hot and cold on the board now too, but Spiker gets refragged. Now it's a 4-2 advantage for 5 Fears as they start to take into the site. JJ planting now. We'll see if Hot and Cold can deny. There's the C4. JJ able to reposition, though, and then get back into his plant spot as Baby Shark now dies, and there's the coverage behind the bomb chassis from FaZe, and 5 Fears plant, but also makes it so that it's a lot harder to play the vert on the sandwich jump in. We might also see a lurk here from FaZe, but he doesn't know about Kanzan on Blue's stairs. The snake gets cut down, trying to go for an early.
This round, he'll finally drop in to go for the execute, spotting the Aruni. He needs to win this fight. No one's here to help Spiker. The IGL's gone, and there's sight control now for 5 Fears.
This is such a great call, and Snake has the cutoff by the main door, so he kills Bay, trying to fall back from mezzanine. Baby Shark falls as well. The plant goes down from Rival. This call from 5 Fears, I mean, what a read. Wildcard had basically the perfect library hold.
Looking to dogpile onto Bay as he's now alone in piano.
Rival also has been recovered. The nade forcing Bay out of position. He tries to just go for a desperate run out, but Forest is more than ready for it. JJ trying to make his way into sight, gets softened up, but still survives and is waiting for the bandit to try and peek in from office as he makes his way to the corner plant spot. Fens from bathroom window has a perfect cut onto said bandit, collecting more information, seeing that there's still a player in Solus. Baby Shark, that player he spotted, does kill Forest. Spiker, though, trying to retreat to the site, dies. Baby Shark pushing back up trophy, drops JJ and drops the case. It's now still under his control, but the trade attempt from Rival is successful, and that's 3 in a row for 5 Fears.
It's been so impressive for 5 Fears, and a snake ban.
Because of this position from Kanzan, as he continues to be tracked, he got spotted by the lion scan, I think it was, from Forest, and through the floor. Snake will take him out of the closet. Fens also from Solar window, killing Baby Shark. JJ, though, losing his one against Bay. So you lose your player actually in Solar. Here comes the drop from Bay, looking to pressure out Snake on the Deimos, but then gets tracked. Flash, the nade, he's stuck here. There is absolutely nothing that Bay can do to stop 5 Fears from killing him.
What a use of utility there from 5 Fears, shutting down the chance of a rotate, holding the cutoff, and the flash, making that grenade impossible to dodge. Man advantage now secured for 5 Fears once again with 50 seconds left to go. No nitro cells and plenty of info for 5 Fears to work off of.
They knew exactly where this mute was, but Forest, in his desperation to get out of range of that Razor Bloom, runs right into the waiting arms of Spiker. The repel, Spiker misses a couple key shots. He needs Hot and Cold to come in to support. As he repeats, he goes down to Fens. Now they know exactly where Hot and Cold is. Snake tracking him, calling his position out in bathroom. Fens is going to take that opportunity to push deep and flank as the Deimos goes down. Where's Fens? There's he is. Shotgun out though, and Hot and Cold with another clutch. He's been so good.
They're going for something different. JJ beginning to work his way in from office. Here comes the lurk from Forest. No information for Wildcard. That's another entry in their favor. Rival to follow suit, and all of a sudden, it's a 2-man advantage once.
But Hot and Cold instead, stuck outside the objective. Here he comes, trying to gas out the rotate. JJ gets off the plant, distracted by the player dropping the hatch. He kills him, but is swiftly refragged by Hot and Cold. Kanzan a kill for himself as well before he goes down. It's now only a 1-man lead for 5 Fears. Wildcard have gotten some good trades back. Hot and Cold, very low HP though, so is Snake on the glass. Rival spots a player through the rotate for a moment. There's Snake and Rival, each with their own DMRs, getting a kill each and solidifying
space in this top to bottom position they've had. Working over through Mez, they might want to try to get this double wall opened up. There's Kanzan for the opener though, onto Forest. So that highway position now gone, that allows for more fluidity for Wildcard upstairs, contesting against this blitz, dealing with Snake up above, and allows for the run out, perfectly timed from Kanzan, but Rival responds with 2 of his own. Here comes the fall off.
Stairs right now, maybe going for it. Rival, I think they have info, is just going to wait for this Valkyrie. Here's the silhouette working up towards Piano, and he has absolutely no idea that Rival is holding his rotate. Now a man advantage for 5 Fears, and probably no retake attempt again from Wildcards. They've already lost a body. You have to assume that the attack had information with how easily they dealt with the Valkyrie. Smoke grenades coming out from JJ. Does he know about Bay in the corner? right next to him. He's backed off behind the bomb chassis. They can't spot him, and from the hatch, Snake's cover is perfect. They even had information on the other player down in the basement as Spiker now looks to retake from West Main, but he's staring down this Blitz shield, and he's got tons of support.
A massive 2K upstairs for Rival.
I agree with JJ. This is probably the best 5 fears we've seen so far this event. And I think part of it is probably the fact that these two teams know each other really well, right? Like, this is a domestic matchup. 5 fears have already beaten Wildcard before, and it
Default round wins from 5 fears. 2 opportunities to outbest.
Again, we highlighted him as the best entry player so far this tournament for Wildcard. He gets another opening pick on the Fens, but it's no advantage as both Baby Shark and Hot and Cold both fall soon after.
And it seems like 5 fears are still willing to contest Solar. Most of Wildcard unable to even enter the building until Bay finding a second for himself in this round. A lack of utility and a lack of HP now for Wildcard. There's still over a minute to work with, but they do equalize the man count at least. Spiker now maybe looking
to retake too, of course, with those 2 walls reinforced. There's no way for you to get an angle on the planter from Piano. You highlighted, though, again, Snake on the Mira. He's got that C4. Here it comes, and it blows Spiker sky high, and simultaneously Rival succeeds in his flank. A sick...
Perhaps, or at least just deny the initial entry from West Main as JJ now rotates to get the res here. Snake, a well-needed kill, and now this res can go off without a hitch, but this is the moment Wildcard choose to go for the site rush because there's 3 players distracted on the player down from West.
Fens, though, still upstairs, kills Bay. He was the man responsible for trying to lurk upstairs. JJ gets one, instantly traded back. Snake almost found on the stairs. Instead, it's just damage. All 3 players of 5 fears are incredibly low HP. But so is the defuse carrier of Spiker as he makes his way in through A, trying to plant behind the bomb chassis as there's coverage from the hatch. Snake maybe letting this go down as Hot and Cold gets a kill onto Forest. No floor bang successful for Snake. We mentioned earlier that 5 fears have allowed 9 plants, and they have 0 successful retakes. Wildcard looking to keep that negative streak alive with Hot and Cold covering outside the breach, waiting for the drop that comes from Snake. A triple kill for Hot and Cold, and Fens on 1 HP finds himself alone with about 15 seconds to get both of these kills and hop on that case. Spiker knows exactly where he is. Fens can kind of see the crossbow up above, but there's the assistance from Hot and Cold. Another big round from the super sub. To lurk, it's been successful 1 round, kind of, not the other, as Bay had instantly died in the round prior. C4 goes out, hits the shield, and Forest with a dot.
Slow down because of Spiker's loss early in round number 9. They begin to slowly work their way towards Mez. Bay winning a crucial fight there, looking for another. He's traded, but the rest of Wildcard are still in this fight, completely reclaiming the top floor and even rezzing.
Also already used his. Bay looking towards the bar stock position, lights up. JJ knows about the prone, and as soon as he gets the kill, Forest has a response to keep us in a 2 versus 2. Snake hears the drop from Kansan, and there is the position on main stairs that I talked about, instantly making sure that the Flores was not going to be able to walk into sight with that case. Now Baby Shark has to both recover the diffuser and try to find a way into the site, or hunt down both these players who are on opposite sides of the map with only 15 seconds left. He and Forest exchange a couple of blows, but still the time so low. Looking for Snake, who has since wisely backed off. He gets into the bomb site, now planting right under a prox alarm. He gets it halfway through. 5 fears maybe going to play for the retake. He hops off as the Ellis sprints in, and time will expire. 5 fears with a dominant 7-2 win on
Last time on Chalet, it was Blackbeard and Montaigne off the board for them. Extensions that Castle can assist with upstairs. A lot of those piano. In the main stage, I will shave my head. And they've already won 1 map, Harrison. They are just moments away from making that happen, but Wildcard managing to get this second wind on Cafe as they at least start off with the entry. Spiker getting rid of JJ. That's your only shield presence in the round for 5 fears. At least some destruction being dealt now by the boogie drone of Snake, as you've got this piano overextension beginning to push back Fens. A well-needed trade, but they don't know about Baby Shark ratting behind the corner. Now good for 2 as he shuts down Snake, backing away through the humidor. And Wildcard look to be taking away the first round of Cafe in stride, as they only have to secure one more pick onto Forest, wrapping around in through Freezer now. He's got the yellow ping onto Baby Shark, but he wins that tussle with relative ease.
The Razor Bloom too. We saw earlier Fens opening up some of those, I believe one of the mirror windows inside Freezer, and once more, no information on this top floor hold from 5 Fears. The Mira sprints through the smoke. Rival even had to use one of his Grims just to see if there was anyone playing Dark Spot, because his drone couldn't get through thanks to the Mozzie. Kansan lurking on those brown stairs, just waiting for a flank. He gets the pick on the Fens on Heaven. Or sorry, on Nubal. Hot and Cold also getting a kill onto Rival. JJ is trapped between 2 players. He's finally finished off by Baby Shark, and Wildcard shut down 5 Fears after a successful top floor hold. For JJ to walk up white and create some space, as Kansan is still playing behind that bomb chassis upstairs next to the Senses that we saw. Kansan, the player I had just mentioned, kills Rival. The Sens, I believe, on Skylight. Snake is good for a refrag downstairs, softens up the Wamai as well, but does not get the kill. Now 2 players stacked up on white. It's JJ and Fens. The C4 will kill them both. And Wildcard looking for a resounding 3-round lead. What a recovery, considering how last map went. Sorry, Snake's pain noise there really distracted me. That sounded weird. Kansan with his 2nd kill of the round, and now Snake has to try and fight against a mirror window. That is a losing fight to take.
Dodging the anchor, at least on the first floor. Maybe sandwiching this player behind the Shaiko shield. Hot and Cold still at the initial entry, though. Is that a 4th entry now in a row for Wildcard? I believe it is. 5 Fears do get a response at least, and are now successful at clearing out this top floor, but at what cost, Harrison? They're still at a player advantage, and now they have to begin pushing deeper towards that bottom floor, maybe to work for picks, or at least sneaking their way into sight. It's no longer mining room this time. JJ can plant from reading. Rival does have the cutoff, but Wildcard also can just ignore white stairs. They could push from brown, they could go from red, which is exactly what they've done now. Looking for a 3 versus 2 retake, they're just buddying up.
Rival now establishing the vert presence. JJ almost catches Spiker off guard to even things up. Wildcard may have to go for a top floor retake here and leave JJ alone and try to power Rival 3 against 1. The Gridlock, maybe hearing Baby Shark climbing those white stairs, is aware of this push, takes some damage, looking to back off. Does this create enough space for the other 2 defenders to pressure on JJ? No, Baby Shark dies. Kansan's getting this counter defuse, but again, the Gridlock is placed upstairs. 3 for Rival, and 5 Fears recover the round to get their first.
Having a lot of plant denial focused operators like the Echo, like the Smoke, and with those roamers as well, Baby Shark being alive on Souls could also be massive, but the info game from 5 Fears starting to wake up here as JJ see a plant soon, Harrison. It's likely, but again, we've talked about all the utility that Wildcard still have to shut it down.
Oh, but the Solus upstairs is dead. And Kansan is out of gas canisters, trying to delay JJ in prep. It's up to Spiker now, just with his gun, to take down. Hotton works his way through VIP, likely going to either make a move up white to flank or just continue to watch this hatch. Spiker, I believe, through the vert takes down Forest to even the odds at 3 bodies apiece. Rival still not comfortable enough to go for this plant. He's worried about the Yokais and the bevy of information that they can supply to the rest of the defense. Spots it for a moment. Down goes 1 as Snake gives his team the man advantage, though Hot and Cold very quickly puts it back in the hands, or those head holes into carpet. Snake has to watch basically 2 angles at the same time as Rival starts to complete this plant. The C4 shot out of midair, but Rival dusted off of it. I believe he fell off the plant, worried about the C4, and with 2 seconds left, there is nothing that Snake can do.
Oh, he didn't trust his teammate, Harrison. Wildcard.
Drop train soon. He'll have to worry about Spiker, and Hot and Cold maybe thinking about a top floor retake. Spiker, though, disoriented by the Zofia, killed by Rival. Upstairs, here comes the flank from Hot and Cold, spotted by Fens, and now dealt with as he tries to rush over to the hatch. JJ sticking this plant, dies to Baby Shark below, but all the frags are coming up 5 Fears. Baby Shark may have been able to deny the first plant attempt, but with all of his teammates dead, Rival is able to easily get the reattempt, and now it's a 4v1 retake for the Mira. They know exactly where he is. Rival shuts him down, and 5 Fears take their second attack. Confident going into these defensive half despite being down 2-4. Again, I think away some of that lurk ability, and there she is.
Some horizontal angles as well being established to maybe assist with dealing with Piano here. Bay finally on the board as he tried walking up through White, I believe, and goes at least 2 for 1. Not a
Snowdoor for a moment, but ends up falling back. I think 5 Fears now know about the game plan from Wildcard that they're going to try and flood and go through that B door. The rotation not being spotted. JJ gets 1, but he's quickly refragged by Hot and Cold that Forest also finds in kind. Worried about a potential plant attempt. He checks it, is able to get all the way back despite Spiker being inside Pillar. Here's the swing from Forest. They both soften each other up through the wall, but there's no kill as Baby Shark is still playing upstairs. He now drops into Pillar, trying to support Spiker, knowing that Forest is very unlikely to try and retake top floor in a 1 versus 2. Spiker in a very safe plant spot. Forest with no C4 cannot deny. He'll have to forfeit that plant attempt, and through the wall, Spiker gets off the case and confirms the round. There's information thanks to the Valkyrie cameras up in the chandelier. Spiker drops into the bomb site and gets lit up. Close to him is FaZe, who's just going to try and sneak through, but he ends up dying to Bay, who's taken deep into bunker. Spiker gets the plant down, and we know just how bad this is for 5 Fears. 0-10 on the retakes, 1 death away from being 0-11. Wildcard up 6-2.
A beautiful clear. RU's no longer being a threat in this round, but he's still the smoke grenades. No Warden in play. Could make things complicated, but the round might just be over before it started. Forest and Snake just getting crazy with it. Forest is just, he's sitting by the van. Spiker at least trades, but...
Drone spots Fens lying in wait in A. I believe also saw Snake in the hallway. He cuts off 1 rotation, but through the smoke, Fens domes him, just following those tracers. JJ Shore goes down to Baby Shark, but there's still 3 more to find, and he won't get another. 5 Fears survive, at least for another round.
Chaos. They wanted the Yin Candelas to blind and smoke off key positions.
Not quite sure how Wildcard are going to break in now unless 5 Fears start giving up their lives. JJ kind of overextends in bathroom, overstays his welcome, and gives his life up. Snake, of course, down below will ping his C4 and wait for a call from the rest of the team, but Fens dies to a nade, and Wildcard are starting to push deep into Freezer. Bay and Cans with very forward position. Spiker waiting for his team to make enough space for him to get this plant down, but there's the C4, denying that entry. So does Rival, and now it's all on Kansan. He flips around to kill Forest, takes out 1. Snake and Rival now both low. And they're just going to try and play for this plant attempt. I think no. Rival rotates around towards long bar, and 5 Fears are strung together 2 in a row.
Half was fantastic. Only until 5 Fears secured those early entries were they able to have impact in these defensive rounds. But for a 3rd time, Harrison, in a row, continuing to set up in this top floor, working their way down below, and the rest of 5 Fears continuing to wait, hoping they can get a trade. But look at Snake. He's over by red stairs. He might be able to go for a flank, and I'm not too sure if Wildcard would be prepared for that.
JJ instead just pushes out of the bomb site. Is good for 1, and his Baby Shark tries to get into the bomb site. He gets traded out by Forest. Here's the position from the Mozzie. Snake finally getting his kill. Kansan has got to worry about 2 different people, and Rival shuts him down. 5 Fears are mounting a comeback. We're 1-0. That push into Piano. If he does, they'll have to worry about the vert. Kansan, though, is still outside, I think, on the rappel, and here's the first fight of the round. Forest out-duels Bay on red stairs. In come the smokes from the Monty. The Thorn wins a second? Spiker, you have to hit those. They knew about him, and yet Forest still wins the disadvantageous fight. In comes Fens on the Mira. He's prone, he dies, but Forest gets a 3rd. Make it 4 for Roman! Oh my goodness! Off the back of the Thorn! 5 Fears push us to round 3. Quite what they were EMPing. I think maybe one of the Thorn traps on the red hatch, so that way they could make it through without any damage. And they're just going to swap to a red stairs push, opening the barricade, but Hot and Cold smokes Rival off the pillar rappel. It's 3 unanswered kills for Wildcard. 5 Fears still unable to consistently crack these defenses. It's Fens and the hero from last round, Forest, in a 2v5.
Wildcard, a near perfect denial of that rush through Reading Hall. Another kill collected for the man who started this round so flawlessly for his team. It's ended as well the same way. using a Nitro Cell if felt necessary too. Kansan, ton of damage. Dallas Force went for a run out, but the Claymore claims him. By the skin of his teeth, he'll Nitro Cell at the ready to stop an initial plant. Even looking all the way through this top floor because of the boogie drones, he can see up into Piano and might look for a cheeky kill before the drop eventually begins. He spots Hot and Cold now alone. The Nitro Cell goes off, but it misses. And now Hot and Cold is officially in a sight, but he's completely by himself.
He's made his way deep into A. Off-screen, Rival had evened the man count with the kill onto Kansan, one of the best players from Wildcard. Rival spotting the Monty before his angle's smoked off. Hot and Cold is getting so much good information, also spotting Fens on white. JJ dies to the Vert as he attempts to retake trade. Up comes Spiker. The Mira has absolutely no idea. Snake with a kill, make it 2 onto Baby Shark and Bay, though. Those are both the players upstairs in Piano, and now there's only 4 seconds left as the defense has retaken into trade. Spiker is isolated on white, and 5 Fears bring the round back.
A massive
from Hot and Cold, who can work to delay the breach from JJ, as Rival gets incredibly lit up and now finished by Bay on the run out, though he's Snake dies. Rival is the one who takes damage. Either 5 Fears have no lurk, or someone else is going to have to do it. I think that someone else was going to be Forrest, but he dies to Baby Shark on the Vert.
Another run out attempted here from Spiker with the help of those 2 Brow Zotos to freeze off the Claymore, but no one's left on this rappel. Cutoff being attempted towards red, but nothing found just yet. Beautiful shot from Kansan, just slipping past everyone, heading back into Piano. Fens completely unaware about this, and Wildcard just 2 kills away from bringing us to Clubhouse, Harrison, unless 5 Fears for a second round in a row can clutch this out, and now it's just Rival left atop of Skylight with no one left to help him.
5 Fears really dropping the ball here on what could be the final round. The run out from Bay going 1 for 1. No info on the Vert held by Baby Shark. Kansan slipping into red, and Wildcard prevent the 5 Fears comeback. Clubhouse, the most default map in the pool, and what better way?
Hard as they do this top to bottom clear. Baby Shark off that skeleton key Vert will detect the clash. It already tries to establish this cutoff, but Fens is waiting for it. Incredible game sense from Fens and JJ.
Do get dealt with by the nade thanks to Kansan, but there's still plenty of bodies in and around Blue. Look at that. Snake, Forrest, and Rival all stacked up. Hot and Cold just going to try and drop. He kills Forrest. Is very quickly felled, though. Bay goes 1 for 1, and the man advantage falls away. We're tied at 2 apiece. Spiker getting the plant down. Kansan watching long, catches JJ in the rotate as he just completely ignores box 2. Fens now the last player standing. He had the opening pick. He'll have to get the last 2 if he wants to win this one. Luckily for him, both players are downstairs. He doesn't have to retake Vert. He kills Spiker. But in the meantime, Kansan has retaken above. So this open hatch is going to be Fens' worst enemy. He'll need a 4th kill, and he's just going to try and long arm behind the box. But of course, the angle for Kansan will still be very easily found. Despite the 3 kills from Fens, Wildcard come away with round 1. To use it to bolster the Rafters clear, or if he decides to block off Garage, it is for Rafters. He just narrowly is able to cover his rotation as he avoids the nade, but Bay takes the life of JJ. Another nade comes in, and Fens is unable to escape it, so Wildcard have 2 picks in a row now after
Tachanka. That might mean for Snake, he'll try to go and run out, maybe applying some pressure from that highway balcony. Here comes the walk up here from Red as well. Beautifully done from Wildcard on this execute. Now it's just Force in a 1 versus 4, and Wildcard 2 back-to-back rounds.
Right next to Snake, who's just playing around this window as Bay now jumps in. Snake spots the Hibana, is able to get 1 kill. Now he's staring down the Blackbeard, and he kills Spiker before he gets traded back. Bay and Baby Shark, though, with 2 kills. Kansan makes it a man advantage now for Wildcard. And Rival and Fens situation where 5 Fears have to retake into their own bomb site. 20 seconds remaining. Fens inside Khan. Rival supporting from sheet door. Bay cannot find an angle, but Rival overexposes himself, and Baby Shark has since recovered the case. Fens has to work his way back in. He takes down 1. Plant gets confirmed by the Glaz, though. And with such low HP, this is going to be a tall task for FaZe. One bullet from either of these guns will put him down. He doesn't catch the rotation from the Glaz outside the window. And now, Wildcard have a player on highway. The Azami has to run out and take this fight, and it's an easy cleanup for Baby Shark.
And despite Snake in the rack corner getting Candela's dropping from Logi, you had the highway presence, and also again...
0-12, I believe.
Yeah. Oh my... Wow, okay.
All right, we'll see if that's enough to turn the tide. Snake with a spawn peek on the hot and cold. That kills your hip.
So getting the hatches open, that won't be completely impossible, but you'll be very exposed to the Nitro cells in play for 5 Fears as FaZe challenging Bay from main stairs is able to get away with a kill before Baby Shark can establish that vert cutoff. The Skeleton Key ripping the floorboards to shreds as they've got info about this position from Baby Shark off the Valkyrie Black Eye cameras.
There's a guy here?
It's just ratting here.
What?
Hello? Wildcard, unbeknownst to them.
And then JJ and Rival, too, were all on donuts. Now he's got support from Snake thanks to the C4 underneath, and Forrest just hops up and peeks Spiker. Kansan not able to pressure him in time, and it's a third. Forrest just got 3 kills in Kitchen.
Is dealt, but he's still able to attempt this plant.
Right behind the reinforcement, he's got tons of cover. The Glaz on the window stopping FaZe from making any kind of push, but JJ just steps up big, gets his way into Jim and kills the planter. Baby Shark, though, with 2 massive frags to give his team the man advantage. And as JJ gets traded, Rival finds himself game sense from Bay to deal a lot of damage to this mute as he rotates into Lodge. Bay retakes the case, now planting once again in Jim. Rival knows that Kansan is holding his angle. He spots the Ying for a moment, but Kansan cleans him up, and Wildcard with a
But Rival is actually going to commit to holding red. He's worried about the cutoff downstairs to maybe catch him on a flank.
Flashbangs coming through could herald the clear from Wildcard, but Forrest starts the killing off on the Baby Shark. 2 for Rival on top red. He was right to stay there, but Wildcard may just be back in the round. No, Snake makes sure that Spiker is left in the clutch. He finds 1, 2 more to find. Forrest and FaZe, the former, holding close on the door with this shotgun. FaZe on the main stairs, holding the long angle. Spiker pre-fires it, but FaZe is not peeking it. He's waiting for Forrest contact, and there it is. The swing from the shotgun gives 5 Fears a second. Right, maybe they just need to calm down. This is an incredibly young Snake.
Yeah, Snake did have that TSM run, but that was also a long time ago, too.
Yeah.
Held from Cash has been forfeit, excluding Kansan, who's still holding close from the Cash wall, but JJ lands a critical entry kill for 5 Fears. They've now got red control and are slowly constricting Kansan. 5 Fears have been so excellent in this entry department. Their problem has been being able to convert, but Rival gets another kill before Snake is refragged. FaZe finds Kansan. It's a 4-2 lead for 5 Fears, as Baby Shark is now forced out of Cash. Worried about the player on the window. Forced, maybe looking to play JJ's contact. In comes the Thermite. He dies. Baby Shark can keep playing around the Kiva and gets back to sight. This is massive for Wildcard, but Rival in the meantime has already made his way into bathroom after Spiker died. It's all on hot and cold. He's been so clutch for Wildcard. Can he do it again? There's 1 on Rival, looking for the other 2. FaZe is dead, and there's barely any time remaining. Forrest needs to go for the swing, and hot and cold, he just keeps getting away with it. And a third clutch for hot and cold in this entire... It is wasting more time, but oh, here comes Forrest. Playing down below. Smoke blown out. What?
Wow.
What?
Why are
he doesn't play gun up?
That?
That's a huge blunder for 5 Fears, losing your Capitao against an Azami extension on rafters. And Baby Shark through the metal grates kills another. Are you kidding me?
Baby Shark's feeling it, now trying to take the fight against JJ as FaZe gets lit up in garage, trying to amend for his teammates' mistakes. Spiker kills FaZe. JJ finally won back for his team, but the damage is done. A terrible garage clear from 5 Fears is about to put Wildcard on series point unless Snake has something to say about it. Down goes Spiker. He's got 3 more bodies to find, though, and can't pick up the case because of that gas pipe. This will all be down to kills. And Wildcard know it. They hear him sprinting in through garage. C4 out. It's got his name on it. It deals some damage, but Snake is just going to have to make his way through this window. There's a 90-degree cross being held, and Wildcard
seconds for 5 Fears to start this execute, and now they're dropping the case off of Forest on JJ. They might be trying to adjust last second, but it might be too late, Harrison, as they've lost JJ.
The Grim dead. Case dropped outside short. Just inside of Moto. Forest gonna try and come down blue. Rival takes down Spiker, who tried to get aggressive by main stairs. Look at this angle from Baby Shark. There is no way that Rival is gonna be able to fight this. Another trade, and now the man advantage is in the hands of Wildcard. Fens trying to make something happen by Moto. The 2v1 being taken by Forest doesn't work out. Fens is the last man standing against 2 players holding blue. He cuts the head off of Bay, but Hot and Cold has been so clutch. Reload comes in, the shotgun is there! And once again, Hot and Cold puts Wildcard on his back. The Cinderella for JJ Nation ends here. Spiker Mafia is going to main stage.
It was night and day from what we saw in Chalet. I almost thought we were going to have 5 Fears sweeping the series 2-0 like they have throughout the lower bracket, but Wildcard on Cafe, they did an incredible job of stopping the entry from 5 Fears, having a better info game, and ratting quite often as well. And then they brought a lot of that same style of play going into Clubhouse.
Wildcard take the win, and they're going to main stage. Hot and Cold, tell me right now. I mean, the feeling right now that's going through your body. Can we reset? Yes. Okay, good. Sorry. Wildcard take the win. They're joining us on the main stage in just 2 days. Matt, your reaction after this win? We talked about the revenge story. It's very much alive.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, my main goal is just getting these guys to the stage. You know, at the very least, I'm excited to be playing at the stage because this is the only event my mom could come to. She can't fly, so I really wanted to make the stage.
Baby Shark, you don't know this yet, but during one of the halftime breaks, JJ, the team were talking, and they said, Baby Shark's on attack. He's not going to be able to do anything. You came out, top fragged, led the team the whole way. How does that feel to put that over on them?
I mean, of course, it feels good. It feels super good. I know that like during the kickoff, I had like a tough time. It was not like my best like performance, and I'm super happy being able to like go playing on main stage with a substitute with Matt. I mean, we're super happy, and of course, I was going to help my team. I'm back. I told it on Twitter. I'm just back. I want to win everything. We're gonna give our best to give like the NA another trophy.
Matt, it also feels like we saw some of your best today. When we think of fragging IGLs in NA, it's usually Spiker that comes to mind. You were dropping some insane numbers. I mean, so many different clutches throughout the game. I mean, what was different for you as you went into this lobby?
I think I was very cool, calm, and collected today. I think when I let the clutches come to me instead of trying to make the clutches, if that makes sense. You know, that wasn't forcing the hero plays, just kind of letting the round come to me.
Amazing. When we will see Wildcard on the main stage, we will see Hot and Cold and his mom in person here in Salt Lake City. So we'll see you there. 2, 1. 5 Fears here after the loss. Guys, you played a great game. It was a valiant effort. You guys impressed so many people. And it sounded like, JJ, and I'll start with you, that the message in here was one of gratitude, appreciation, rather than hanging your heads in defeat.
Yeah, you're gonna. God damn it, man. I was fine until you said that shit, man. That was fine, man. I mean, fuck me. I'm just so proud of the boys here. Like, I couldn't imagine even being at a LAN event come last year with where I started in my career and everything. And these boys like put so much trust and faith and like love and just being great teammates to me when I'm not the best teammate. And I truly like they deserve the world, man. I'm just proud of them for how much hard they worked and the fight we put on, and I'm optimistic for the future because I know we can achieve a lot.
I was hearing you guys going around complimenting each other about what went well. Snake, is that something that you guys are looking forward, are going to be holding on to, the success you've had here?
Yeah, we're just going to try to build on, what we did throughout the year. We know, what we do good, we know what we do bad, and we just got to try to, make our weaknesses our strengths going forward, really.
Dude, we're a fucking online team. And you know what? We'll be a LAN team at some point.
I mean, this is the first LAN event or at least the first international competition for 3 of you, right? I mean, this is a a big moment, and I think you guys performed incredibly well. I know there's people out there that hate you. There's people out there that love you so much, Rival. I mean, to either of those groups, do you have anything you want to say to them?
I mean, I feel like all the haters are just going to end up loving us even more after they see like how we're going to go with things. I think this stage wasn't a fluke, and I think the people that gained to love us, and the people that hate us for right now over the Rios or whatever they think they're going to be dramatic about, I think they're going to begin to love us when we continue to just put on the shows that the game deserves and what we continue to do throughout the maps and the stages and the lands.
As we close things out, JJ, I'll pass the mic to you just briefly. Is there anything else you want to say to the people as we wrap things up on what has been a successful first chunk of the year for 5 years?
Yeah, just thank you to all the guys who actually showed up and supported for us from day one. Thank you to our org. They're truly great guys. You know, they're a small group of guys, but they care for us. They do a lot for us, and they do a lot more than others would. And we're very grateful for them. And I guess the last thing is Ballsack Nation will keep riding.
Was waiting for that. 5 Fears, a fantastic showing in what is essentially their first international event ever.